Alright boys, I'm sorry if I'm all sweaty. I just went for a run and I'm sitting here, so don't mind this at all. But today's topic is going to be breaking down the cost, basically. So what's the cost difference, and is there profitability with the drones better than that of the delivery drivers using an electric or motorbikes, right? So 90% of all the Zepto, Blinkit, and all those deliveries are done using, petrol bikes. So we're going to be taking that into consideration. And even if we take electric, it's not as good as you think. Trust me. So yeah, I've run some calculations. I'll be posting it at the end of this video. So if you want to check the calculations, you can check it there. But anyway, let's come back to the motorbikes. The motorbikes, each delivery, so let's say the average delivery distance is around 1.5 to 2 kilometers. Each delivery is going to cost more than 45 to 50 rupees. So you're going to include the driver's salary and obviously the fixed charges. And Blinkit obviously offers, incentives, for the insurance and for the petrol reimbursement and all that minute things. But major part of that is going to go with the driver's salary. But luckily, the bikes are obviously the drivers, so there's no additional charges on that. But even then, it's going to be costing 40 to 50 rupees. So that's too much. And with drones, as I said, the calculations are good enough, so it's going to be as good as it gets in theory, in paper. So we're going to get the demo drones in. So once we get that, we're going to be testing the reality of the situation. So until then, this is the reality. So with the drones, it's hardly going to cost around 20 to 25 rupees per flight. So what we are including is the drones. Obviously, the initial cost is super high, like 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs per drone. So it's going to be high, but not as high as super big drones like Zipline's Platform 2, and even Sky Air has like super big drones that are really costly, and they're not cost efficient, I suppose. But hey, I don't know. So once we get the demo drone, we're going to be doing the whole real breakdown. But until then, we've got the theory set. So where was I was talking about 20 to 25 rupees, and inside the 20 to 25 rupees, most of that is going to go for the battery and the motor degradation cost, right? So let's say a battery is 30,000 rupees, like a 22,000 mAh battery is like around 30k, and it goes for almost 500 cycles. So 500 cycles with 33,000, it's gonna come around like 12 to 15 rupees if I remember right. So yeah, obviously I'm right. So either way, 12 to 15 rupees for the battery, and the rest of it is going to be for the drone ops, the pilots who has to just overlook the thing, because no one's controlling. Everything is autonomous, no one's controlling anything. But either way, the pilot's fee and obviously some other minor things. So either way, it's going to be going mostly to the drone reimbursement and electricity, obviously, and the staff fee. So it's hyper efficient. It's almost 2 times cheaper than the traditional delivery system. So anyway, it's going to work. It's going to get the profits. So for 100 deliveries, for a 300 rupee order, if we had like 10% on top, that's 30 rupees. And with a 8 to 9 rupee SEC platform fee, that's almost 40 rupees. And if you add the delivery fee, it's going to be around 45 to 50 rupees. So either way, you can make money with this scenario, right? So the drone market is legit, and obviously people love receiving the orders from the drones. So it's going to be a win-win. But the only thing is, we're still working on how many areas can you even deliver the things. Like I said in the previous videos, most of the zones, right, most of the red zones are inside heavily populated areas. Not because they're populated, not because there's a lot of population, but because there's airports and there's a lot of government buildings, defense buildings, and ports. So those are all red zones. So in Vizag, let's say, there are like 2 really good green zones for us to start testing immediately within weeks. So we're working towards that because Yandada and IT says and Madhurvada, they all come into a very good green zone where there is good amount of population and not a lot of restrictions. So hopefully we can start testing out within the month end, and let's see if we get some VCs to put the money into the project and we can expand. It's not really that hard in theory, but yeah, once we get into this, we'll know the reality. But until then, I'm gonna document all the journey. So let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah.